Yo, what's going on, Vikings fans? It is Skol side back again with another Minnesota Vikings video. Waking up on a loss Monday never feels good, man. Never feels good. Yesterday was a heartbreaker. Vikings, Buccaneers. Anyways, you know what we do. The first video after the Vikings game, we do who showed up, who didn't. Normally during a loss, I got 5 people who didn't show up and 3 who did. That's what we're going to be doing in this video. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel. It means a ton. We're almost at 800 subs, which is incredible. Leave a like on the video, comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I think this game, I'm going to have a ton of content coming out over this game. There's going to be a live stream tonight, a little Vikings rant hotline. That's just me and you guys talking about the game. I think there's a lot to break down during this game. But anyways, we started off with who showed up, who didn't for the Minnesota Vikings against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's get into it. All right, well, let's get the positive out of the way. First player who really showed up to me was Irv Smith. I know he's a tight end, but he really had a good game. And it kind of made me mad the way they were using him yesterday, because I'm like, that's how you should use him the entire year. That's how he should have been playing this entire year. You use him in between the 20s. He's 6'2", 6'3", he's like 250 pounds. He's a big body. You put a corner on him, they're too small. You put a linebacker on him, they're too slow. Finally, they used him, and he was really getting after. It was one of the best coverage linebackers in the league in Devin White. He was also attacking Antoine Winfield. He was great with his body, great in run blocking yesterday. Irv Smith was really the main guy in offense to me, who really jumped off the screen, and it was only for like a couple drives and possessions. Irv Smith, great game yesterday. All right, and the second guy, of course, is Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook, God, yesterday he was about 2 or 3 plays away from ripping off a touchdown. Just he either tripped or he got literally slightly swiped on his ankle and he fell down. Dalvin Cook, though, he ran hard, he ran aggressive. He put up 4.8 yards per carry on the #1 rushing defense, ran over 120 yards. He was great. He was Dalvin Cook. That's why you pay him, and that's why the whole week when everybody was saying you can't run against them, they're Tampa Bay, you can't run. Well, you know what? They can't stop us because we're Dalvin Cook. We have one of the best running backs in the league. That's who we are, and that's what the Vikings kind of came out today and did. They really just established the run early in offense. The first 6 plays were running plays. Obviously, a couple of those were Kirk scrambling. Anyways, Dalvin Cook, just props to him. He just looks different than everybody on the field. Dalvin Cook's been frankly incredible this entire year, and he's going to continue to do that. He's an all-pro. Him and Derrick Henry are the 2 best running backs in the league. Pick who you want. They both do different things, but they're both fantastic running backs. Dalvin Cook, another great game from you. All right, and this might come to a shock to a couple of you guys as my last guy who really showed up. Obviously, I could go a lot of different ways with this, but Jalen Holmes. And Jalen Holmes, number 90 on the Vikings, he was really good in the run game yesterday. He's a D-tackle, D-end kind of hybrid type of player, and we have really seen his development really take off over the past couple of weeks. Yesterday he was aggressive. He was in the backfield, stopping Ronald Jones. There was a couple times Jalen Holmes does not make a couple plays, Ronald Jones might run for 25 yards on a play. And that's assuming our secondary could tackle him, which I don't think they could yesterday. But honestly, with all the talk the D-line has gotten from me and everybody, I thought Jalen Holmes stepped up and he was big yesterday. Really, really respect to him. And see, that's the problem with yesterday. You look up, and our 3 players for me who really showed out to me off the eye test. I don't look at numbers when I'm doing this. I just look at eye test. It's Jalen Holmes and Irv Smith, a tight end and a D-end. And there was really none of our stars really came out and they said, we're taking over this game, besides obviously Dalvin Cook. Anyways, Jalen Holmes, Irv Smith, Dalvin Cook, honorable mentions, Kirk Cousins. Yes, he was pretty good yesterday, escaping the pocket. I'm not going to put any blame on him, but I'm not going to give him any credit. He didn't really do anything to win the game. He made really good throws. He was very consistent throughout the game, but he didn't do anything to go win us the game, but he didn't do anything to lose this game. Honorable mention, Kirk Cousins. Also, another honorable mention is the 2 receivers, Jefferson and Thielen. They were getting bracketed the entire game. They were getting 2-man coverage on just them. So shout out to them. They still did pretty good. They ran really solid routes yesterday. Jefferson was seen struggling a little bit. Anyways, those are my main guys who really showed up yesterday. But let's get into the negative. All right. Well, we don't need to look further than our kicker to who didn't show up yesterday. Dan Bailey What the actual... I'm not going to say it, but you know, what the hell, Dan Bailey? Dan Bailey, listen, you're one of the most accurate kickers of all time. One of the most accurate kickers of all time. In the past 2 weeks, he's missed 4 field goals, 3 extra points. In 2 weeks. That is 15 points a kicker has taken away from an offense. Do you know how significant that is in the NFL when your kicker left out 10 points on the board yesterday? I mean, I know we technically wouldn't have won if we just would have made all of our kicks, but it changes the whole mindset of the game. It changes the possessions of the game. It changes everything. In the fourth quarter, you are driving. It is 24 to 13. No, 24 to 15. We're down by 9. Cousins leads a good drive, gets sacked, whatever. We're in field goal range. 7 minutes left. Dan Bailey, you go kick that kick. We're down by 6 points, and we just need one stop and get the ball back, and we have a chance to win. Shanks it. Now we're down 2 possessions with 7 minutes left. Whole game changes. Dan Bailey, you should be cut right now. I'm shocked you haven't. Terrible game. You are the biggest reason we lost that game yesterday. All right, my fault. I need to calm down after that. I hate going after a kicker like that, but it's true. Dan Bailey didn't show up. Second player didn't show up yesterday was Anthony Harris. You know, it gets to the point where how many weeks am I going to get on here and say Anthony Harris didn't show up? Frankly, I think Anthony Harris is the most overrated player in the NFL right now. And you know what? I don't like coming after Vikings players like that, but I think it's a reality. You know, every time, and it's not his fault he's overrated, but every time we get on national media, you heard it yesterday, Joe Buck, oh, the Vikings have 2 of the better safeties in the league. They got one of the best safety tandems in the league. No, we have Harrison Smith and then a guy who, frankly, doesn't understand basic coverage as a safety. On that Scotty Miller touchdown, that is 100% on Anthony Harris. That touchdown is 100% on Anthony Harris. That cannot happen. You have a practice squad corner guarding Scotty Miller, who I get. He's a small white receiver. However, he has wheels, and he's not the same small white receiver that Brady normally has in the past. I even knew that. He's averaging 17 yards per catch. He's not Julian Edelman where Brady's dinking and dunking to him. He's an over-the-top guy. He's a run-after-catch guy. And Anthony Harris on that touchdown, he bites on a dig. He bites on a dig route when he's in cover 2 safety man. He is supposed to, but listen, as a safety, your responsibility when you're in cover 2 safety, like cover 2 man over top, or you're one of the 2 safeties over top in the cover 2. Don't let anything over the top of you. Instead, he lets a practice squad corner go one-on-one with one of Brady's favorite receivers over the top. Brady throws a beautiful throw. Anthony Harris, again, there's a reason you're on the franchise tag right now. Bad game out of you. Still believe in you a little bit, but really rough year for Anthony Harris. All right, my third player who showed up. This is just a common theme. Yesterday was the most Minnesota Vikings game. That summed up the 2020 season. Dakota Dozier. My God, how easy is it to get pressure on the Vikings? How easy is it? I mean, you have a guard in Dozier who, you know what, I was impressed with him, but you know what, he was good when we played bad teams. He is not good when we play good teams, and that's the reality of the NFL. You have a lot of players in this league who play good against bad teams. When it comes to big-time moments and big-time games, they fold. First sack of the game, Vikings are driving on the first possession. They run a twist concept with the D end and the D tackle. Dozier follows the D tackle all the way to Riley Reef. That guy twists inside, free hit on Kirk Cousins. There's frankly nothing Kirk Cousins would have done unless he's Lamar Jackson. I don't even know if Mahomes could have got on him. He's a pretty elusive guy. Instead, it's a sack. We get knocked out of field goal range. It's little mistakes like that keep losing Vikings games this year. Dozier, terrible game yesterday out of you. Moving on. All right, and the fourth player who didn't show up yesterday was frankly the refs. I'm never a guy to blame the refs for the loss. Yes, they play an impact on a game, but you're not going to come here and tell me the Vikings lost solely because of the refs. Don't do that. That has never happened. Even the Saints in the NFC Championship, they did not lose that game solely because of the refs. You lose the game over many different things. A ton of shit plays into the end of the game. Yes, the refs were bad yesterday. That defensive pass interference on Jeff Gladney that should have been a pick six, awful call. Mike Evans is clearly slipping. He doesn't even make an effort. Mike Evans didn't even make an effort to go towards the ball. That there should be no penalty on that. Gladney makes a hell of a play. They blow the whistle too, and Gladney's running down the field for a pick six, and then bam, pass interference in the end zone. Buccaneers get the ball at the 1 yard line, get a score. That's a 14-point swing right there. That's huge in the NFL. Then on the Hail Mary, there hasn't been a freaking Hail Mary pass interference since 2004. 2004, and Brady gets one. Absolutely incredible. Just certain things yesterday. I mean, there's another 3 points. So 10 points right there. You give up 10 points off bad calls. You give up 10 points off kickers missing field goals. That's how you lose a game. That's not the whole reason, but that plays an impact. All right, and the fifth person who didn't show up for me yesterday is Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer, not in regards of coaching defense. Defense, I thought he had a really good game plan yesterday. I thought he did a really good job. I'm talking about clock management. Like I was just talking about, end of the half, the Vikings. You have the ball with 40 seconds, 2 timeouts. The other team ended up scoring 3 points off of that. That's incredibly bad clock management. The Vikings didn't even make an effort. You're down 14-6. Wasn't even a blow. You go get a field goal. I know you don't have any faith in Dan Bailey, but it's the end of the half. You're still gonna send him out there. I don't even care. You don't have any faith in your offense, who's frankly carried you this year, to go get you 3 points. You get conservative. You run the ball, and then Bruce Arians, you call a timeout for them. You call a timeout for them, then they have a chance to get the ball back. And it's just like, what the hell? Now they have 2 timeouts to go make a play. Absolutely terrible clock management from Zimmer yesterday. I mean, that was terrible at the end of the half. I know it was only 3 points, but again, that's a 6-point swing. The defensive pass interference, a 14-point swing. The kicker, that's a 10-point swing. This is what I'm talking about. The Vikings are a good team, but they are incredibly sloppy. An incredibly sloppy football team this year. Little things like that, you will not beat Tom Brady in Tampa Bay doing that. And that's what we saw yesterday. Anyways, sorry for that little rant right there. I don't like bashing players or bashing coaches, but this team is way too talented, and that's where it comes from. Like, I know we have 5 of our best defensive players out right now, but yesterday we should have won that game. And we didn't because we're a sloppy, inconsistent football team. If you guys are new here, please subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on the video. Comment down below. Love hearing from you guys. If you guys are new here, please subscribe. Skol Vikes, Purple Pain. Moving on to Chicago.